When the Crescent Pine HOA first knocked on my cabin door, I thought it was just another neighborhood welcome committee. I'd bought 5 secluded acres at the edge of the woods, specifically to avoid people like them. But the moment they stepped onto my porch, clipboards in hand, fake smiles glued on, I felt the trouble brewing. "We need you to sign these papers," their president, Linda Maynard, said. "This property must be part of the HOA. Mandatory." I told her no. Politely at first, firmly next. And when she tried to step inside my doorway, I shut the door in her face. I didn't think much more of it. People like her thrive on power trips. They bark, threaten, send letters. They don't act. Or so I thought. A week later, at midnight, I woke to the crackling sound of wood burning. My bedroom window glowed orange as if the sun had risen right outside. Flames roared up the side of my cabin, swallowing everything I owned. By the time I stumbled outside, choking, coughing, barefoot, my whole home was a wall of fire. And at the edge of my driveway stood Linda and 2 board members, silhouettes against the blaze, watching. One of them whispered, "He should have just joined." They didn't even run when the fire trucks arrived. They just smirked, climbed into their shiny golf carts, and drove off into the darkness as if they hadn't just destroyed a man's life. The sheriff's deputies wrote it off as accidental before sunrise. The HOA insisted they had nothing to do with it. My insurance company called it suspicious circumstances and began their investigation. Everyone acted like I was powerless, like I was some quiet, reclusive man tucked away in the woods with no connections. They had no idea who they were dealing with. Because while I lived simply, quietly, far from the courthouse and my former life, I still held my appointment. For 18 years, I'd served as one of the most feared federal judges in the region. My rulings had shut down corporations, dissolved criminal networks, and sent politicians to prison. I didn't flaunt my title, but I never surrendered it either. And this time, justice wasn't just a duty, it was personal. I made one phone call, just one. Within 48 hours, the ATF, federal marshals, and state investigators were swarming the HOA office. Financial records, emails, board meeting minutes, everything was seized. One investigator found a folder labeled "Non-Compliant Residents," and inside it a printed sheet titled "Plan for Forced Membership," underlined, highlighted, signed by Linda herself. And the worst part? A photocopy of my property survey with a note scribbled on the side. "Burned out final step." When they confronted her, she tried to claim it was a joke, a misunderstanding. But when the marshals arrested her at her front door, her facade cracked. "He wasn't supposed to fight back," she shouted. "He's just some hermit.